Welcome everyone to Bet What Happens Live. We are close. Yeah, we are close to halftime between the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. If you're rooting for the 49ers, let's hear it. If you're rooting for the Philadelphia Eagles, let's hear it. All right, so this game is close to halftime. Once halftime hits, we'll be making some live bets. So get your phones out, get your sports books out, because we will be making some live bets. But I have one half of the favorites, Simon Hunter, here with me. Simon, what are your thoughts on the game so far?
Eagles do not look good right now. I am worried. 2 field goals, not good, but as someone that backed the 49ers, feeling pretty good. Look like they're about to get another one, and they get the ball to start the second half. So, yeah, if they can get a double up here, this is a big deal for this 49ers team.
Definitely. So right now, the money line looks like 77% San Francisco is favored to win this game. So 23% Eagles favored, or trailing here. So Simon, do you have any thoughts on spread, total, money line, live?
It's all about happens right here. I really wanted to take McCaffrey anytime touchdown. I mean, he's averaging over 5 yards per carry, but I think he's going to score right here. So if you can bet alive right now, anytime touchdown McCaffrey, it feels like a live bet right now.
That's right. So we will have to see what happens here. This is a big sequence. As Christian McCaffrey.
If it was always that easy.
So that definitely changes things. I'm updating the model as we speak. We do have a live betting model that we are using. So the money line has now changed to 80% likely that San Francisco wins. And they are now ahead by 7 points with the extra point awaiting here.
No, it's a big deal. The Eagles, they played over 90 snaps last week defensively, and you're going to see the second half. I just think the 49ers are going to wear them out. So the Eagles needed to have a good first half. They didn't. Now 49ers are in total control. If they can score here and score to start the second half, the game's over pretty much.
That's right. So as Simon alluded to here, it all comes down to the fact that San Francisco just scored. They're going to have the ball. Something important to remember to start the second half here as we're keeping in mind where we want to look at any potential bets because with San Francisco having the ball, if they score, that'll make it even more likely that the Eagles have to pass. And if they don't score, the Eagles are still in this. They could still, run their standard offense here because they'll still be within 1 score technically. So definitely something to keep in mind as we're looking at live betting. We're just kind of waiting for the halftime to come here because that's really, we're going to dive into player props. We're going to look at anytime touchdowns. We're going to look at passing, rushing, receiving props, interception props. We're going to look at the whole thing and try to find 2 or 3 good bets to make during halftime. Simon, do you have any thoughts on any players before we get to halftime?
Honestly, I would just, if you're looking for a bet, I don't hate the Jalen Hurts over passing yard prop. I mean, they're going to be down. They have to get 3 here. So if you could bet that live, the over passing yard props, you might get it here, but also it's just a bad spot for the Eagles. If they don't get 3 here, I do think this game's over for the Eagles. They have to get some points here. The 49ers are too good. Again, the 49ers have 2 touchdowns. The Eagles have 2 field goals. That's the difference in this game.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts right now, 143 passing yards. Right now, his passing prop is locked because, of course, the Eagles are trying to move the ball here, but we'll definitely take a look at his passing prop when halftime comes. So first down here.
Almost a turnover.
That was scary. One interesting thing, Jalen Hurts just opened at 285.5. We're showing value to the over, and the Eagles have the ball right now. So if you want to make a live bet on Jalen Hurts over passing yards, we are showing projection value on that. I'm still going to wait myself before I place the bet here. But we are technically showing some overvalue, as Simon was talking about, on Jalen Hurts passing yards.
And another guy I like that's showing value to me for anytime touchdown is Kittle. The Eagles' linebacking core, that's the weakness, and that's where this team wants to attack them. So the fact that Kittle still hasn't gotten a touchdown, I think we're getting value there. Like, to me, he's the guy they're going to attack in the second half. Just watching this first half, the middle of the field's been open. So Yeah, right now, if I'm looking for a good long shot, I don't mind playing Kittle because I do think the 49ers, they're going to control the second half. This Eagles team has not been able to run the ball. I think Hurts right now is the leading rusher.
One thing I did notice, Simon, was the Eagles did look for Kittle on that first drive into the red zone they had. Kittle had 2 targets there in the red zone. So we are officially at halftime. Real quick, I'm going to update the model so we have the latest projections, the most accurate projections, and then we will take a look at some live bets. So just give me one moment here while we do that. All right, so Philadelphia trails by 8 heading into halftime. The live money line still around 80% for the San Francisco 49ers to win. So let's take a look at Jalen Hurts passing prop because that is one place we wanted to look at right away. If I come over here, we see Jalen Hurts is at 270.5 passing yards. So, you know, we're showing 291 passing yards for Jalen Hurts. So I think right off the bat, Simon and I are going to bet it. I got to place it right here while we have it. Jalen Hurts over 270.5 passing yards as the first live bet we've ever made on Bet What Happens Live. So who's tailing that one with us? Jalen Hurts over 270.5 passing yards. I like it a lot.
I love it. And it makes sense where this game might be 21-6 after the next drive of the 49ers. Like, the Eagles aren't going to run the ball. Clearly, the running the ball is not working, but the over of the passing is working. And another sneaky play, if you want to take this bet with us, A.J. Brown's been playing well. So, to me, A.J. Brown, if you want to take his over receiving yards, that, to me, I like that personal play of taking A.J., which is...
Yeah, A.J. Brown. So let me come over here and check how many receiving yards he has, A.J. Brown, right now at 63 receiving yards. That means for the full game, we have him at 110.5. Let's see what lines we have out there for A.J. Brown. We see a 100.5 out there. So
good value. Good value.
let me just make sure we're doing our due diligence and looking around here. A.J. Brown receiving yards.
99.
You can get over 99.5 at Bet365. We love that one. Let me see what our model says. We're showing 60% value to the over. So bet number 2 here on Bet What Happens Live correlates perfectly with the Jalen Hurts passing prop. We're going to take A.J. Brown over 99.5 receiving yards at Bet365.
Let's go, people.
So, Simon, we have 2 bets so far. One thing I love to do is I love to look at interception props because we have a great model here to look at interceptions.
So you got to throw
Jalen Hurts. I was going to say Jalen Hurts has been known to throw a pick or two.
Wow.
So we'll look around and see what we can find on Jalen Hurts interception prop.
I love it. It's a plus number right now, people.
Yeah, he's at plus 175. Are actually not quite showing value on plus 175, so we're going to pass on that one. Unfortunately, not enough value there at plus 175. I think sportsbooks are pretty much in line with us there. But Simon, we did talk about...
I'm still taking it, people. He's going to be forcing it. Jalen Hurts.
Simon is still taking it. Simon's still taking Jalen Hurts to throw an interception.
I think they're just going to be passing a lot the second half, and he's going to try to make plays that just aren't there. So I like it. I know he said the value's not there, but
Simon says screw the model. We're going with Jalen Hurts.
I'm taking it.
Interception plus 170.
It's a bad spot. It's a bad spot for Hurts.
There you go. So we do want to look at anytime touchdowns or second half touchdowns at Bet365. I'm just going to quickly scan them and see if we can find any value. A.J. Brown plus 250, not quite. Devontae Smith plus 375. We do have value on Devontae Smith at plus 375. Again, if we're going with this Eagles passing attack because they are trailing and could potentially be trailing by multiple scores after San Francisco's first drive here, then we're going to get a lot of value on Devontae Smith touchdown plus 375. So Simon, I gotta fire this one. Bet number 4 on Bet What Happens Live for the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. We have locked it in. Devontae Smith, anytime touchdown, plus 375 at Bet 365. You know, I'd be even more inclined to bet if it was 365 at Bet 365.
There you
But we'll take the extra 10 cents of value. I'm all right with that. We haven't made a single, Simon, we haven't made a single 49ers bet yet. We might want to at least consider something on their side.
I'm on the Kittle plus 300 anytime touchdown. Kittle's my guy. I love Kittle, and I love the matchup against the Eagles. He's got 3 catches for 60 yards, so clearly they're targeting him. They're going after him. Let me get Kittle plus 300 to score anytime touchdown.
There's plus 460 out there, so let's get plus
Shop around.
460 on George Kittle anytime touchdown. There's still going to be points. So even though the 49ers are ahead and they're more likely to run or be in a more run-heavy script, actually our model is showing that they're going to be about only 55% rush and 45% pass rest of game. We're still showing that George Kittle has some value because they're not going to be as rush heavy as we expect. So George Kittle plus 460 anytime touchdown score. We're locking in bets like crazy here on Bet What Happens Live. Now here's the thing about this one, right? There's still going to be points scored, and San Francisco is not going to necessarily stop throwing, especially in the red zone.
No.
So they are going to look for Kittle, and Philadelphia, unfortunately, Simon, 32nd in defensive DVOA against the tight end position. So a great matchup there for Kittle as well.
And it's just, we have a bad linebackers. The Eagles have bad linebackers. It makes sense that it's Kittle's getting a good number, but I can't believe it's plus 460 at some books. So yeah, I'm gonna take that number.
Definitely need to take that one. So we've got a whole handful of bets. We got Devontae Smith touchdown. So if you're an Eagles fan, you're rooting for that. If you're a 49ers fan, you're rooting for George Kittle touchdown. And if you're an Eagles fan, you're rooting for the over on passing yards for Jalen Hurts, over on receiving yards for A.J. Brown. And if you're a 49ers fan, you want Jalen Hurts to throw an interception. Those are the 5 bets we have so far for Bet What Happens Live. One more place I want to look at is each team's rushing game, Simon.
Yeah.
We haven't yet looked at rushing props, so we've got DeAndre Swift, we've got Jalen Hurts, Kenneth Gainwell for the Eagles. Debo actually has some rushing props, McCaffrey and Brock Purdy. So anything you are interested in as far as running backs.
Like you just talked about, the 49ers have the lead now. They might run the ball more.
Mm-hmm.
McCaffrey's picking up over 5 yards per carry. So I don't hate that they priced it so high.
Yeah.
The fact that they're saying he's going to get more than 45 yards in this second half, I like that. It's one of those where if they're going to win this game, McCaffrey's got to work that clock. So I'm not going to let the over of his scare me away. The over of 77.5, I'd take that up to 80.
Yeah, so 77.5 for Christian McCaffrey. Our model actually is right at that, but always we have to adjust for the fact that the 49ers will have the ball. So we got to mentally adjust that upwards. So actually, I do agree with Simon. I think over rushing yards, Christian McCaffrey, 77.5. Let me just, before we lock it in, I'm just going to look around and make sure we find the best line. But scrolling. 76.5 at Bet 365. So Christian McCaffrey over 76.5 rushing yards. Woo! For the 49ers fans. So if you're Eagles fans, we have 3 bets for you. If you're 49ers fans, we have 3 bets for you. And honestly, I think that is plenty for this Bet What Happens Live. We've given each fan base a little bit to root for. So we're going to wrap it up there. We're getting close. I know y'all want to get your drinks again, so we're going to wrap it up there for Bet What Happens Live. I want to make sure I thank everyone here in attendance, thank all the staff, and of course, thank the Action Network production team for putting this on. Simon, thank you for joining me as co-host.
My man.
Good luck with your bets, everybody, and we'll be doing Bet What Happens Live tomorrow night for Monday Night Football on the Action Network YouTube and in the Action app. Good luck, everyone.
Let's go.